Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kangsha Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnang Bande Jagadgurum. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I salute Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the world teacher, the son of Vasudeva, the destroyer of Kamsa and Chanura, and the supreme bliss of Mother Devaki. We salute him again and again. Om, peace, peace, peace. We are reading the Bhagavad Gita. We are in the chapter 4, at the end part of it. So what we see that in Bhagavad Gita always Sri Krishna is inspiring Arjuna to fight against injustice, because he was according Swadharma, his own dharma, in the way he is born and his nature. But karma brings all suffering, as we know. How much disaster, how much good, bad is happening. We are in a present condition, we can see what is going on in the world. So Arjuna says, I don't want to fight. Why are you forcing me to engage into the action and making me work? And this is the disaster will come, and I don't want to get involved into it. But Krishna is not allowing him to stop that and say, no, you should have to do. So in the 4th chapter, Bhagavan Krishna said that you know that karma is a necessity for everyone, and this theory of this doing karma in a proper way can release everyone from bondage. And also say, look at that, I am unborn, I have no work, I have no duty in the world, I am the Lord of the universe. Still I am working, and I create this universe for the relieving, for the release, for the protection of the good, for the destruction of the wicked, for the establishment of dharma. That is the major part. And I am born again and again. And this he continued in the chapter 4 which he read. That person who is freed from passion, fear and anger, filled with the about me, and take refuge in me, who are purified by their penance, have entered into my being, and they have realized the truth. Therefore, I am worshipped by all possible ways, as a person worships me in whatever way. Men identify with me, in the same way I appear before them and I free them from their bondage. And he then said that I have created this world rule of performing karma, but I do so much karma, but karma does not bind me. Verse 14. Namang karma nilipmanti, nor do any action taint me, nor the results of action I desire anything. So he knows this, that the karma is for only performing whatever duty comes. Before you do that and hands off, then that karma will not bind you. Knowing this philosophy of karma, in the 15th verse he says, having known thus, even the ancient seekers of truth, after freedom, they performed actions. Therefore, you also do perform action, as the ancient seers of truth have followed that. But there is a problem. What is karma, what is akarma, not to be done, forbidden karma. 3 types of karma. Therefore, there are what is action, what is inaction, and what is forbidden action. You have to understand this. Inaction is state, you can say, you reach a state where you have no action. You are in a Brahman consciousness. There you cannot do any function because you are one with that. But before there are action, prohibited karma and duty, what we have to do. So you have to know these three types of karma, and you have to know what is needful to discriminate. Action, discrimination about forbidden action, and the discrimination of inaction. These are the inscrutable way of karma. What is in inaction? Doing every action, one can be without action. How? It is like one whose mind is engaged, who sees oneness in everyone, and does whatever action, life, eating, sleeping, breathing, giving some solace to people and doing something without any attachment or any spirit of any joy or sorrow, he is in inaction. That means inaction is simply a state one is in absolute Brahman consciousness. And action, karmano pivaddhabvam, you have to understand, needful to discriminate what is action and to discriminate what is forbidden, what is injunction. Scriptures say that it's not to be done because it creates bondage. So that is to be known, and what is action, what is proper action you have to know, and what is a state of inaction, performing everything. You will be feeling that you have not done anything. That story of the that gopis were trying to cross the river, and Krishna, now what is that? The great sage Muni, what is his name? I am not remembering now. He came and he said, "Oh sage, we want to cross the river. Why? See, there is no boat. Please make our way out." And he said, "Okay, I am very hungry. Feed me." So they feed all the butter, all the milk products, whatever good sweets, fruits, whatever sweets and sweet product, milk product was there. They ate, and then he prayed, "Oh Mother Jamuna, if I have not eaten anything, please make the way out." And really it happened. The Mother Jamuna, the sandy bed came out and the water stopped from both. And how? He ate so much. But he said, if I have not eaten anything. That means he is established in the knowledge that food which is eaten, the body has taken, I am not. Action has been done, but that action is not, I am not involved into action. It is the body-mind acting. So that is the state of inaction. Karmani akarma japasat. Performing karma. He is doing from outside. Vivekananda is working hard. Ramakrishna is working hard, going to Calcutta. Christ is moving from one place to the other place, preaching the message of this bliss, no? But he is not doing any action. To them, it is the body-mind is doing action because their mind is in such a state or attainment. That is the inaction. Action, inaction, inaction. Inaction, inaction. So that is the point, what is very important thing to learn. So that is the highest state. And action, yes, this is the duty. You are born as a mother, you have to have some duty. You are a father, you have a duty. You are a teacher, you have a duty. You are a doctor, you have a duty. You have a homemaker, you have a duty. Everyone has their own duty. Perform your duty properly and don't get attached. And forbidden action, don't do certain action which will bind you in the world and worldliness and creates cause of suffering and pain to yourself and to others. So this type of discussion was continuing. The big chapter, Jnana Karma Yoga. But how to go to that path? Therefore you have to do action with detachment, action, detachment, and everything, offer it to God, offer it to God, offer it to God. And that he brought the concept of different jagnas, sacrificial fire. In early days, in Vedic Karma Kanda, there are different types of jagna and offering to gods and devils. and that will you detach. You offer and you detach. Learn to detach, give and detach, give and detach. And that will gradually help you to become the karma yogi. Lastly, we read that this truth, the last he says, Sriyan Drabhamaya Jagrat, people do perform the jagna with objects of like ghee, material things, offering oblation of different ideas, different objects. But Jnana Yajna, there is a higher type of worship, fire worship, and the Jnana, the knowledge that I am, who am I, and what is my relationship with the world, and what is my action means. If they understand, that is the highest. And because in knowledge, this verse is very important. Sreyan Drabhamaya Jaggas Jnana Jagga Parantapa. Jnana Jagga, this is Jagna, sacrificial fire. This little I to be offered into the big I. This little awareness of my egocentric existence is to be just offered into the cosmic consciousness of bliss. Sarvam karma akhilam jnane parisamapate. All karma in its entirety culminates in that knowledge. So that is the ultimately he came to verse number 33 where he is mentioning that all karma ends into this knowledge. We do karma why? To understand that I am not doing the karma. The karma is happening in body-mind level and I am the perfect person in beyond all action, beyond all suffering, beyond all pain. I don't accrue any good result, I don't accrue any bad result. It is the body-mind gets that I am not. This knowledge is the ultimate and one can be freed by performing all action without any bad impact of it. So that's the 33 verse says, knowledge is the greatest sacrifice. It is superior to that any other sacrifice which is involved in my material offering. All karma in its entirety culminates in knowledge. That's the Gita's very important verse. To all karma, every action whatever is done, a child does action, but karma does not accrue to him. But we do action, karma, its impact comes into our life. We do something good, noble thought, it returns to us. A child does everything, he has no ego sense, therefore he does not accrue any karma. But all karma is done when ego comes up, and that the highest niskama karma is to ego-less karma. And how? That's why is the concluding that jnana, this jnane parishama, what is the knowledge? Knowledge is I am not the doer, I am not the body, but is the doer is body, mind, senses, they are functioning. I am talking. It is the mouth talking. Tongue movement is happening, all the neurosystem going on. This is action, action, action. But this consciousness which is supporting that, it is not doing any action, it is there. Because of that, all action is possible. So activity is going on in the three gunas level. And I am not that gunas, but I am the consciousness, absolute cause. I am unattached. Simply formula, I don't do anything. It is the mind is doing, it is the eyes are seeing, it is the ears are hearing, it is the heart is beating, it is all action, action, action. But I am not those. And I, this little I, which makes me feel that I am doing, I am performing with my hand, with my speech, with my thought, whatever action we are doing, it is all jnane parisamapati. That's why we say at the end, Sri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu. Meaning, it is offered to that, and then our ego goes away. That's all niskama karma. Every action doing, thinking that it is body mind that doing, I am not doing, is the knowledge, and that every action ultimately ends in that knowledge. And when one gets to that knowledge, then how much work they can do, nothing will bind. because he is free. He always feels that I am not the activities or the actions of the body or the buddhi, what my intellect is guiding me, what my emotions are telling me, what my expression of inner feeling is expressed in the way of action. All are not me. It is the three gunas. You have read it in so many ways. Three gunas are playing. Why are you telling that I do? You don't do anything. Your sattva quality doing, your rajas quality is making you think this way. Tamas quality is forcing us to do something. But it's the play of the three gunas. And three gunas are what? Why are three gunas? It's Maya. And that's Vedanta will come automatically. But from the action side, whatever action we are doing, if we analyze, action is done by the senses, by the mind, by the intellect, by my ego. And if these are disidentified, it is they are doing, let them do their business. What am I to do? I am separate. If this separation, this is discrimination, that is the last 33 verse, which is I think very important point, that to know Sri Krishna's suggestion, that this is the sarvam karma akhilam, all these actions, what people do, it is jnane parishamapati, it ends in the knowledge, this knowledge, that and so long we have not this knowledge, we do action and we suffer, we cry, we weep, we pay, we get frustrated, we sleepless night, tension, we get tensed, because we are thinking, this is my action, I don't do any action, my body's action, my emotions, it is playing, it is not me. Or in another language, my small petty I talking all these things, that big I don't do anything. It is a reflected I. Reflected I is talking about that. Therefore, 34th verse we read the therefore, it said that you are to attain to this knowledge by to go to a teacher, and by salutation, by offering your respect, enlightened person, to go prostrate before the teacher, question and serve the wise person, and that then they will let us know this knowledge how to be applied in life. And we have read these verses already. But for this, what is necessary character? Talking of big theories, but practical point Sri Krishna suggested last time, verse number 39, the Shuddhavan Lavate Jnanam. You will have to have faith in this understanding. This is a experimented truth, and Sri Krishna is giving this instruction not for any other purpose, but to release the ignorant Arjuna from its ignorance. But you should be faithful, Shraddhavan Lavate Jnanam, who attains to this knowledge, who have faith in himself and faith in the holy people and the scriptures. Three things. Faith in oneself is first and foremost thing, that this is my problem, I will be solving this problem and I have the power to do that and I will follow the instruction. Then to whom I shall listen? A man with authority, or a person of authority who have experienced the truth, who live in the world being free, not get entangled into anything. They are doing tremendous work, but not entangled to anything. They don't feel that they are doing any work. Christ never thought he did a big job. But if we give a small lecture, we can come out, I did a good talk. And see the impact of that. Our talk does not have any impact. And Christ said one word, blessed are the pure in heart, by going on thousands and thousands of years, inspiring all people of the world. Because they know they are not doing anything. It is something, my Father in the heaven is working. Ramakrishna, I do not know anything. Ma. See, this is doing, who can do more work than Christ and Buddhas and Ramas and Krishnas, no? Swami Vivekananda, length and breadth is going. He cannot see. He is moving this side and coming back that side and again going, standing before the mirror and watching himself. And then Padma said, thought that probably Swamiji says so much, but he is liking his own beauty. Beautiful face, curly hair. And then ultimately, seeing Waldo, then Swamiji said, do you know, I am trying to remember my face. But as soon as I turn, I am forgetting myself. So they are doing all action which has impacted the world so much and is doing good to all of us. But they don't think they are doing. But we, with a little something, I did a charity. I did something. See, it gives us solace, but also ego. This is good. This is one step is to do good and be proud. And then another state is there, do good, no proud, neither pride, neither your frustration. Body mind did it, God will take care. So this is the third stage, action. Action, inaction state, a state of inaction of the mind with doing the action. So this is when it is known, Shraddhaman, with a person who has faith in himself, faith in the words of these holy people or the scriptures, he will attain knowledge. And for this it needs control of the senses, because it is disturbed mind, disturbed senses will not be able to comprehend this higher truth. What the question of retaining that truth. Therefore, see, the man of Shraddha, the devoted, the master of his senses, only can attain this knowledge. So, Shraddha, here this is very important point to note, that why knowing all these things we are reading this, nothing becoming effective in our life, because we have no Shraddha. First, faith in ourselves and faith in the words of the masters, faith in the words of the enlightened teachers. And one point, and it should be focused way to meditate and think in this way and act accordingly. Therefore, first he says Shraddhavan, the man of Shraddha, who is devoted, the master of his own senses, they only obtain this knowledge. Having obtained this knowledge, he goes promptly to the peace supreme. Shantim adhigacchati, jnanam labdha parang shantim. And they attain to the highest knowledge, highest wisdom by listening this, practicing this practice. Now today we read 2 verses which will be almost the end of this chapter. Almost not, it is the end of this chapter. Now, 48 verses, suppose I have no faith, what will happen? Aggascha asraddhadhanascha, 48th verse of 4th chapter, page 320. Aggascha asraddhadhanascha saṅśayātmā vinashyati nāyang loko sti na paro na sukhang na saṅśayātmana. So aggascha, agga means ignorant, ignorant about this truth. Ignorant means he is not receptive to this knowledge. Knowledge is there, available, but I don't think that it is to be accepted. So ignorant person, asraddhadhana, who have no faith in himself and the holy people or the scriptures, and saṅśayātmā, doubting self. Always doubting. Whatever it says is doubt, doubt, doubt. Yes, you can doubt. Doubting and questioning is different. I have some questions, I don't understand. To clarity of that, we should have some question and legitimate response to that. But whatever is life, always if someone doubts for everything, they cannot reach the truth. Even in science it does not work. When you go to what? For lab, in the chemistry lab. So there is three parts are there. Theory, then apparatus, third steps, action. Theory, this is the theory. You cannot doubt at the very beginning this theory is wrong. I say for clarity you can question, and then they say, okay, intellectually the teacher may teach us, and then second stage you have to verify yourself. So you have to take the apparatus, collect the apparatus, sangyam, truthfulness, honesty, purity of character, dedication, one-pointed focus for understanding what is the meaning of life, all these qualities, apparatus we have to collect. Then you take the pipette, burette, acid, blue litmus, salt, etc., heat it, see the color, all this test, it comes step by step by step. So, I am to move in the direction of the teacher, what he teaches me. So, similarly, the scriptures are saying, follow this, follow this, follow this, follow this. Apply that, and then you can say conclusion is wrong or right, the theory is wrong. There is also personal factor. In chemistry lab they say the result is not got because your personal factor, you have missed some point somewhere. Be careful, do follow the exact science, then result will come. So similarly in spiritual science it will happen. But if you always say anything is said is doubting mind, I doubt everything, I don't accept it, and that will not give knowledge to that person. That's why he says, no, agascha, those who are ignorant people, asraddhadhanascha, who have no faith and trust in the teachings and the teachings of the great souls or the scriptures, and to himself or herself, and Sankshayatma, always doubting that vinashati, they lose the game, they goes to destruction. And they don't find joy, no nayam lukosti, the doubting self has neither this world means in this world they are confused all the time, they don't get any joy, nor the next, after death they also doubting mind bothers them, they remain in the doubtful condition of the mind. Nor happiness, they don't get any, nor sukham, they don't find any peace. That is Bhagavan Sri Krishna says. Ignorant is the man who is uninformed about the Atman. But divine qualities such as self-confidence and noble efforts are born of Shraddha. So, first of all, ignorant people, they remain those who doubt. These ignorant people, they suffer. That's the one point. In this life they suffer, afterlife they suffer. Those who have no faith and trust on themselves and the scriptures and the holy people and the enlightened masters, they suffer here and there. And those who are doubtful, they will suffer here. No peace for them, neither in this world or after. Meaning, there is no joy, no peace for them in this world. They live with doubt, confusion and pain and suffering and attachment and crying and weeping all the time. And after death, of course, that continues because we believe in the rebirth. So the soul will go. The soul is like the old machine, old computer to reject. So you take out all the data. With the same data, you push it in a new computer. So the same suffering, same pain, where you ended, it starts from there. And again another life starts. But ultimately no one, Vedanta is very good. It says there is no journey like useless journey. No one is going to ultimately go to any hell. But it is a life's journey. It takes a little more experience to doubt. I did so much doubt. What did I gain ultimately? Then they said, okay, let me see, let me believe, and let me follow. First of believe and then follow. If I don't believe, how shall I follow? I will not be interested in following if I don't believe that. Therefore, if someone gives GPS, in early days we had to know GPS by the map, but I have no map. Somebody told me go right, left, right, left. And if the direction, I have no faith, how shall I drive the car? And where shall I remain? I shall remain in the same place where I am standing. And I will be doubtful. But you have to believe some authentic person, believe some spiritual person who have realized souls and enlightened people. That's why Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna is the one, he himself is speaking about himself. You have to believe this. or believe the Upanishad. Upanishad is saying, Ishavashyam midagam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagata. So long you are living in life, teno tyakteno bunjita magridakasya sidmanam. Ishavashyam, you cover everything with God and live in this life, which is non-essential, and hold on to the essential. But how will you gain? Kurvan neveha karmani jijivishet satagam samaha. Suppose you live for 100 years, you have to perform all actions which is releasing from bondage, not akarma, not bikarma, but which is karma. Karma, akarma, bikarma. So, karma, you have to perform karma, which releases us from bondage. Upanishad is saying, if you live for 100 years, you have to do karma constantly. Jijivishet satagam sama. Evam tai, thus performing the work as is given in the injunction in the scriptures, you will not be turned into bondage and suffering anymore. You will be released from bondage. That's what Upanishad says. So if I don't believe that, then why shall I do selfless work? Why shall I do all offering every karma and detach? Are we fool? If I give it to God or give it to somebody, I want to enjoy myself. But if you enjoy yourself, you will enjoy good, happy. You will be also suffering sometimes, because it is the action will bring good and bad. But when detached, given to God, then I am happy. So this principle, this is the knowledge. If this knowledge is to be adopted, then that is the person who is free. So ignorant is that man who is uninformed. So they do not know, ajnanam. They have no happiness in this life and in the other life. Divine qualities such as self-confidence, noble effort, etc., they are all born of Shraddha, and faith. But doubt is the very negation of these great qualities. Doubting man does not trust anybody in the world. He suspects the words and deeds of the others. Through disbelief, he alienates himself from the others and feels miserable. For want of faith in the right path, he fails to pursue it and bring ruin to himself. Fallen as he is, he neither enjoys this world nor is he fit for the next life. So he neither enjoys this life and neither in the next life he is fit for getting peace inside. Therefore, Ramakrishna's quotation sometimes this book refers, unless one has the faith of a baby, one cannot have access to the Lord. If mother points to somebody and says, he is your brother, the baby believes it. The grace of the Lord comes to him who has this kind of faith. The calculative and doubtful estrange themselves from the divine. Ramakrishna said, a child has no consideration. Child depends on mother, and mother, whatever mother says, the child believes. That's why their life is very simple. But we are saying this book is suggesting not to listen to everyone and anyone and everyone, not to the person who have no knowledge of the truth to believe their words. That's why it is said that we should read the books only written by the authentic people. Every year how many books are being printed, but they may confuse many people because the person who is writing, he is not enlightened. What he has understood, he is writing that book, and I am reading that book. So I am reading a thought of a person who is not enlightened. And if I have faith in that and believe in that, I may be confused again. Therefore it is said only listen to or read those books like Bible, like you call Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, and Dhammapad, or whatever, there is Brahmananda, eternal companion, there's whatever, goal supreme. There are so many varieties of saints, their experiences. Read them, absorb them, apply them. So that is the point of release. By reading, that's a karma. Contemplating, that's a karma. Action to produce that is a karma. So to doing that and dedicating it to God, one can be released. So it is said, this is the point, two sides of it. First he said, the Suddhavan Lavate Jnanam. This is a very powerful statement. The person who have faith and trust in the enlightened, in the words of the enlightened people and their lives and teachings, they only can attain to that knowledge. And also those people who have self-control and who are dedicated to the wisdom, knowledge, open to the wisdom and knowledge, they can get. And negatively now he says, those who have no faith, ignorant people, having no faith and doubting all the time, they will not get the peace. Oppositely, in opposing way, they will find the suffering. They will suffer and they will not find joy in this life, in happiness in this life or in the next life. Now, 41 verse. Yoga sannyasta karmanam jnana sanchinna sanshayam atmavantang na karmani nibadhananti dhananjaya. Yoga sannyasta karmani. Yoga sannyasta karmani means one who has renounced action by yoga. What is that? Renounced action by yoga means by practice. Yoga means here karma yoga. Performing proper karma yoga. One who is that yoga renounced actions. His actions has dropped off. Actually, puja is we can think that even karma is karma, every type of daily action. Even our puja is an action. When you perform the puja, we have so many items we bring, we collect it, we put it this way, offer it that way. That's also karma. But that means every karma can be made as puja, worship. But yoga sannyasta karmani, that one who has renounced action by the yoga practice, jnana sanchinna sanshayam, one who has doubts are rent asunder by true knowledge, atmavantam, who has possessed of the self, na karmani nibadhananti, no karma will bind them, will turn them into worldliness. O Dhananjaya. So with work absorbed in yoga, doubt rent asunder by knowledge, O Dhananjaya, O Arjuna, actions do not bind them because he is poised in the self, he is absorbed in the self. So work is a process to be entering into a state of non-action. And let us analyze this truth. It's a very important point. How action can lead one to inaction. Ramakrishna's life is a very beautiful example before us. It is a picture. Ramakrishna was born in a family of a priest. So his elder brother taught him to do the puja, etc. and learn. But he is more puja, what he will do, his mind goes too much. He does not want to do some worship. Brahmins live on the performing the puja and getting some money and help from the society. That is their earning. So Sri Ramakrishna denied that. That means no kamana, no desire. He agreed to do the puja, but no kamana, nothing to gain. That's one point. Second point, we find that he got himself engaged in the Rani Rasmuni's Kali temple. And he started doing the puja. It's action. Puja is action. Because puja paddhati, there is a book, worship book, we follow that. Step 1, take a shower, take this, do this, come, offer an incense, put a candle, then chant this mantra, sip water this way, then wash hands, then do all steps, do this mudra like that, all action, 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 action. He started that way. And as he started that, and he's thinking, his karma, doing the karma, showing us how we can do that, perform the same karma. How many worshippers in the world, in the temples of India and abroad? You go to any temple, Hindu temple, go to Sindhu temple, Haryana. Everywhere the pujari is doing the same thing. As we do the puja, there's a process. You have to do this and first step, second step, third step. But some people we are doing puja life after life, it is remaining the same pujari. Did you go to the Dakshineshwar? Have you seen it? When you do the puja, bring a beautiful basket of flowers and fruits and sweets and give it to the pujari. He's to handle so many people's offering, no? What they do? They take your bucket and take it and throw at the feet of the flower, at the feet of the mother. Mother is getting hot. And then showing like that and taking something and giving that and giving them some, the offering they give to the pujari because you are performing on my behalf. They give some money or something and put it in the pocket. Nowadays they don't do that, of course. But that puja is going on. But what Ramakrishna did, look at that. He did the same performance, showing us the way how karma can lead us to niskarma, state of no work. Karma can bring us that. And they see, he started the puja, the same formula, A, B, 1.1 to 0.2, this Bhumi Shuddhi, the ground purification, hand purification, mouth purification, nose purification, teeth purification, everything is pure, 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 pure. So all the steps he did. Pure, feel that you are surrounded by a fire, so nothing wrong thought, wrong impact can come you because you are all pure now. Wrong, and then we also do the wrong. We say the mantra, we know it is to be thought like that. But Ramakrishna doing that, and he is getting so much absorbed into it. Actually, he is being a wall of fire surrounded by him. When he said wrong, and he sees that, he is so absorbed into it, its meaning, and he is forgetting. His puja is to be finished in time. He is putting the flower. We put the flower in time because we have to give the prasad out quickly. But there is no time. We quickly, at that time what we do? Okay, Thakur, okay, boom. But Sri Ramakrishna put the flower in his head, oh my God, and gone, forgot. And he actually is really meditating with the mantra we say, how to meditate on Ma Kali's mantra is there. Kali Karala Vadanang Devim, like that mantra. We are also chanting till now. I do the Kali Puja, the same mantra. And Ramakrishna did the same mantra. But he putting that flower and with the chanting of the mantra, he is getting absorbed into Ma Kali and going deep and deep and deep. And it's half an hour gone and flower is on the head and he is sitting like that. So he is going to the karma action to actionless. You observe it, how he is transforming from action to actionless state of joy, absorption, feeling the presence of the Divine Mother, feeling tangibly, gradually more and more. So he is forgetting about the time, space, position, where he is doing. He started the puja, what time it is to be finished. It's gone out of that consciousness. So karma can be done. This is an example. And then more and more. And what happened ultimately to Sri Ramakrishna? He cannot perform any more puja. A time came when he is incapable of doing any karma because he is sitting for the puja. In anything he starts with, but mind goes into mother. That is the divine. Your mind is going to divine. In every action, I can give you a glass of water. If we can do with that same spirit, I will attain Brahmajnana. Whom I am giving it, whom the flower is given, whom I am offering these fruits and candies, it is who? It is the mother of the universe, the divine within. So one can raise their consciousness gradually like that. The karma will be there, the karma will drop off automatically. And then what will happen? union with the divine will happen. And that is the akarma. No karma there. Union, you jivatma merging with Paramatma. So jivatma, Paramatma union. And that is the akarma, Brahma Jnana, we call Aham Brahmasmi. But Bhakti school will say it is thinking of mother, thinking of Sri Ramakrishna, thinking of your chosen ideal. You get absorbed and absorbed and absorbed. As much you are entering into that absorption, so much your external work, even breath will stop. Gradually, that moment goes into deeper absorption, then outside all activity will stop totally. But it is not death. It is the state of perfect union with the inner reality, and that's the state of joy and bliss which we are all aspiring for. So karma done in proper way, not thinking what people are looking at me or how beautifully I am doing my mudras and this and that. This is all starts at the beginning. But that karma will start there. We are all there. But it should gradually lead us into that absorption. And that absorption is called samadhi. In another language of absorption is samadhi. Deeper and deeper and deeper absorption. And when it will be so deep that mind is totally merged into that reality, then automatically akarma or inaction, akarma state we are talking about, karma, bikarma, akarma. Akarma state, the actionless state, one with Brahma, knowledge of the Brahman will automatically happen. So those people with work absorbed in the yoga, the karma yoga, and doubts rent asunder. Doubts will go when? That's what's the important point. We may have questions, but we have to make practice. And as the practice goes on, doubts will be lessened. Because when we really can do practice, little joy, inner joy, it will come. It must have to come. If it is truth and it is testified and verified, if we can really absorb internally a little bit and we find there's a proof. Whether there is God or not, no proof is necessary outside. But my mind will give me the test that there is something, I am finding it. So that will get more absorption and more absorption. That's why the doubts will be lessened. That's why ultimately it is said, when the doubts will go away, tasmin drishte paravare. All doubt will go away at the last point when you see the reality. Tasmin, that divine drishte, you have seen. Seen means experience, not the seeing, the physical eyesight seeing. Tasmin drishte paravare, the supreme absolute truth, when one reaches, and then all doubts will, but doubt will continue, but that is acceptable. Little doubt will be that line Ramakrishna used to say, Ma, I am calling upon you. Are you there or not? Are you listening? Are you not listening? And crying and weeping and sobbing, and ultimately a state will come unbearable. That's all doubts will go away. When Mother appeared in that luminous form. So this is the point, that doubts rent asunder, that will happen at the end point. But work absorbed in yoga. Karma yoga, one starting point. Starting point of spirituality is karma yoga. Many people make a mistake. When boys come to join in our order, particularly in this country, I will be meditating and I will be in samadhi. And some come with samadhi already. Yes, no. Somebody says which day, which time he had samadhi. No, I'm really not telling any added information. It's a fact. And he gave me to read that. He said, see, what do you talk about? I say, I don't have my knowledge. What can I say? But he has noted down when he had got the non-nirvikalpa state of samadhi. Yes, that's a conception, good, he has some experience probably, but this is but karma, start with karma. Action, action, action. Action is the testing ground of spirituality. Everyone can be a yogi in meditation, but when action comes, then we see how much our yoga is successful. So better to do, that's why in our tradition, when someone joins in our time, we used to see, they used to put so much workload. Baba, 10 hours, 12 hours work is going on. But because mind will not go anywhere. You will be doing work, you have to fix some goal, and you are doing Lord's work. This concept will be changing gradually. You are doing your other work before joining you are a jobber. Right? You had some job in the office. But now you are not doing for anyone, you are doing for Ramakrishna, you are doing for Thakur Mahaswamiji. This idea goes on. And at the end of the day, you get tired not to think of any rubbish thought. So that is help. And then afterwards it will purify. And then it will lead to real meditation can come when the mind becomes pure. So all that the karma is the very starting point of spirituality. People should have to pay attention to that and start with, at the beginning there will be selfishness, beginning there will be action, anger and reaction, and that will reduce and love for God will come, then it will overwhelm all the other aspects, and gradually it will be niskama karma, and then niskama karma will lead to the purification of the heart, and the doubts will be going away. So knowledge and action do not bind him with the who is poised in the self. And if he is focused that I am doing for the Lord, so that poised action will not bind anyone. That is the last verse of the chapter. Oh, there's another verse. So let me read the explanation. The mud fish remains untarnished by mud, though wallowing in it all the while. A yogi is he who is not tainted by the karma, though ever occupied with it. Nature is infallible. There is a divine plan and purpose in its functioning. It trains and disciplines the jivatman. This is the karma actually trains and disciplines the person, a jivatman, by stage to perfection. It gradually takes us from the present state of imperfection to perfection by selfless work. He who understands this does not fall prey to doubt. That's why they don't doubt whether karma can release. And Swami Vivekananda emphasized this time that people used to know that God realization is possible by meditation and prayer and Vedantic analysis. I have created a new path. My children working for the Lord will get liberated here and now. That is, karma is a practical Vedanta. And Swamiji put it in that way. So he who understands this does not fall prey to doubt, but applies himself with all earnestness to self-fulfillment in tune with the cosmic plan. This wholesome attitude and right application develop into enlightenment. The enlightened man, ever established in the self, neither shuns work nor is entangled in it. In the freedom he works. So he does not ask for work to come, or he does not reject the work. Whatever comes, they do and give it to God, and they remain in their peace. Last verse. Tasmat, therefore, O Arjuna, tasmad ajnana sambhutam hristam jnana sinatmana chittainang sangsayang yogam atishta uttishta bharata. Therefore, serving, take a sword, severing the sword with the sword, the ignorance, born doubt. Kill your doubt. Don't be doubtful. I am giving you the message. Take it, hold it, cut your doubt by this knowledge, what I have given you, and dwelling in your heart, try to meditate in your heart to be established in yoga, thinking that you are doing for God, always connecting that in your, who is residing in your heart. Stand up and fight. So this is the point. It is an advice at the end of the 4th chapter, 42nd verse. This is the end of the chapter. He says, Arjuna's last instruction is for all of us. Therefore, O Arjuna, you sever with the sword of knowledge this ignorant born doubt, whether I shall realize the highest truth or not. Don't be doubting this. I am telling you, follow this path and you get yourself released from all bondage. No? Yoga matishta. You, in a yoga, you arise in your yoga practice. At uttishta. Raise yourself into the divine consciousness. Do your work. Be free and free from doubt and confusion. So that is the last verse, the chapter, 4th chapter. We will start the next day, 5th chapter, next time. Thank you. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.